Hello and welcome, my name is Trenton Hoshiko, and today's cinematography video is all about using Tilta's flexible lens gears to make almost any lens follow focus compatible. So this is less of a why use a follow focus video, but the basic idea is that a follow focus allows you to get a nice smooth focus rack between subjects or to follow the focus as a subject moves. And that reduces the jarring nature of focusing with specifically a photography-based lens, while giving you the control creatively by not using autofocus. I mostly use Rokinon Cine lenses for a lot of my work, which are basically geared photography lenses. But if I need something that's of a higher quality or more specialized, I rent it. Now, photography lenses, they don't come with gears because they're not using follow focuses in photography, and that makes them not compatible with follow focuses. That's where the Tilta lens gears enter the picture. So these are flexible, plastic, and seamless lens gears. You measure the diameter of your lens's barrel at the focus ring. Be careful, it's not always the same as the filter dimensions. And then you use the sizing guide provided by Tilta to find the matching ring. Now this one right here is a 56 to 58 millimeter. So that would be able to go around any lens where it was 56 to 58 millimeters around on the focus ring. Now the way I measured it was I took a piece of string and I just held it. I went all the way around, and kind of like what you would do at a tailor, then I took that out and measured that. Previously, the other main option outside of lenses that were geared on their housings, like these ones, were these kinds of adjustable, not snug, and honestly not my favorite types of lens gears. These ones in particular always kind of slip and you can never get them quite tight enough, and they have this tail on the end, and it creates a hard stop, so if you get it kind of in the wrong position, and you have it now snug, you can't really manipulate it to get rid of that hard stop without having to start all over. The other option was these, which came in specific sizes. You can see this one's on this lens here, and I generally do like these. They are harder plastic, so they're kind of more rigid feeling, but they come in specific sizes. So here's one, this one would not fit on here. So you have to really match them to the exact lens that you have. Now they still might not fit exactly because you kind of have to adjust it with the little knob here, and it is having a little bit of play because it isn't then exactly round. It can make the teeth skip. These are a lot better of an option than these ones, but still not quite my favorite. These Tilta rings solve all those issues. You can see how snug they are to the lens itself, and they are in the correct size so that they aren't slipping. Now they're seamless, so you don't run into that accidental hard stop and you don't have that tail coming off of it. Because of the shape and the stability, they can just live on your lens also, and there's no more taking them on and off, or worse, putting it into your bag and having it bumped and needing to then adjust it or take it off completely and start again, just while you're transporting your equipment. Okay, so we can talk about a few of the issues that I do have with these. First off, I don't think this one can actually be changed by Tilta, and that's just that since they are customized to your lens barrel, diameter at the focus ring. That means every one of your lenses could be different, and that means that in between lens changes, you're gonna have to adjust your follow focus in terms of getting it to actually connect with the gears. That can be annoying, and that is one benefit of actually, having lenses that have the housing, because even with the Rokinons, most of them are about the same barrel diameter, so you don't have to adjust your follow focus each time. With actually like truly professional Cine lenses, those ones have very consistent barrel diameters so that you don't have to adjust it every time. I do think that's probably a worthwhile trade-off here because it gives you so much more access to photography lenses, but having the actual control of using a follow focus. The one placement issue that I do have with these is that because it is slightly smaller than the actual lens barrel, you have to stretch it ever so slightly to get it around. You should be really careful while doing this because I think stretching it could actually damage it. So just be really careful and aware of that as you pull it around. Don't really, stretch it out. It's not a rubber band. It's meant to be snug. That is the purpose of this. Now, I also found that it might not be exactly kind of consistent all the way around. So what I did was I took a ruler, I found a fixed point on the lens, and I measured to that middle groove. And then I made an adjustment all around to make sure it was the same distance, because if it's not the same distance, it could end up skipping the teeth on your follow focus. You really do want that to be as straight as you possibly can have it. Now, once it was on and all adjusted, these have not slipped and have not moved off, even taking them in and out of cases and that kind of stuff. And so I think that that is a testament to its effectiveness. You just have to get it placed correctly first. One thing that I like about these that might be useful to some people is that they come with this little groove right down the middle. And that means that you can actually cut it along those lines with an X-Acto knife to make a smaller one if your focus ring is smaller. Now, you have 2 rings instead of just 1. And if you prefer the bigger one for better grip, that's fine too. But on this lens in particular, the barrel was really small in terms of the focus ring, so this actually fits a whole lot better. Now, when you're cutting it, do be careful. I did nick one of them just a little bit, not enough to actually be a problem, but just be really gentle and really patient as you cut along that center line. It will work, just, try to avoid nicking it as best as you possibly can. Here are a few shots of it rotating on the lens and to show the focus racking. I'm using a Photograph follow focus because my Red Rock micro follow focus is sadly currently out of commission. I really like these tools. I think that they work so much better than the previous options, and they're very affordable at around $10. You get good results, and probably my favorite part of it is just simply not having to remove it and adjust it all the time. You can find more info about them and affiliate links that help support the channel in the video's description down below. If you have any questions or you want to share your experiences about lens gears, I'd love to hear them in the video's comments. If you like cinematography equipment videos like this very video that you have been watching, please give the video a like to help me with the YouTube algorithm. It really helps me reach new audiences. You can also subscribe for upcoming videos about tools and techniques for lighting, cinematography, and micro-budget filmmaking. I have lots of new videos coming out soon, including I might talk about vintage lenses soon, which should be a lot of fun. Now, if you want, and if you can, please join me over at patreon.com/TrentonHoshiko. I'm currently aiming to get around 20 low-cost patrons. You can find that link and links to my Ko-fi, Twitter, Mastodon, and all my other social media websites, all in the video's description. As always, and until next time, make some films and do something kind for someone who needs it today. Take care.